Hey y'all, Justin with Kayak Catfish. I may have food in my teeth and all over my mouth. I don't know. I just scarfed down some lunch on the way out through here. But what I'm doing right now is I'm on the water and I'm cruising along the shoreline here. I'm using my electric motor here. And I got my eye on something here. I'm looking for something. I'm looking for some carp today. I've got a few hours to fish. Got a bass tournament later this evening. And I thought, I'm gonna come out here. I ain't got no bait right now, so I can't do no catfish. So I thought, I'm gonna catch me some carp. So I'm in a creek. This is a big creek here, and I'm in a little side chute of it. I'm on Fort Loudon Reservoir. And so I'm just made my way here in this little pocket, and I'm cruising along. Got my polarized sunglasses on. You're gonna do this kind of thing, you need your pair of polarized sunglasses. Don't have to be real expensive. This is a cheap pair here from Walmart. But it'll cut down on that glare and allow you to see down in the water. And so I am just looking for fish. I'm looking for any signs of, like, you know, actually seeing the carp down there, or what I call burnouts, which is just, you know, spooking a carp as I move along here with the motor, or just little kind of dust clouds where they're face down in the mud just rooting around trying to find something to eat. That's what I'm looking for as I cruise along. And so I'm kind of expecting the further I get back in here, get back in the shallows, the better my odds are going to be of finding some. And when I find them, I'm going to try a different kind of bait today. So stay tuned for that. But we're going to try to catch, I've got a few hours here, like I said before, this bass tournament. So let's catch some carp today and have some fun. I have spotted some carp out here in front of me. And unfortunately, this area here, you could say it's just overgrown bank here. There's not really a place for me to pull the kayak up on the shore, so I've kind of got here in these vines and bushes and just got my kayak up here as close as I can to this shoreline so I can try to keep it steady. What I don't want is my lines getting moved around out there due to the kayak swaying in the wind. But I'm going to bait up now, and I'm going to throw some different kind of bait out there than what I have used before. I got this tip from a man named Henry. He runs an alligator gar guide service down in Texas called Catching Dinosaurs. He's also got a YouTube channel and Instagram account under the same name, Catching Dinosaurs. But he uses this right here. And this is a something that you get at the co-op or feed store, or I got this here at Tractor Supply, but it's called range cubes. And it's just a cattle feed. It's like a protein. It's got some molasses in there, and apparently it really gets the carp going. So he throws that out as kind of like a bait to get them stirred up and get them active, and then he throws corn in there, which you have seen me use in some recent videos. So I'm going to try this stuff today. It's very cheap, 50-pound bag, $12.99 over here to Tractor Supply where I got it. So you know, easy, cheap chum source if it works here, and I'm inclined to believe it will because it works down there in Texas where he's at. So anyway, I'm going to throw some out here, just a few handfuls, throw some corn out, and then we'll get the corn on our lines and hopefully get a carp right here. So I'm just going to take this stuff by the handfuls and get it out there kind of right in front of me. That's where I've seen them carp at. I went all the way around this creek, all back in these pockets and stuff, and the best action I saw, I didn't see a lot of carp, but I saw enough action right in here that I think we get some baits out, get them kind of stirred up in here, we'll catch some fish. So again, I'm just putting a kind of a few handfuls. This is my first time using this stuff. I'm gonna throw one out right in front of me too. I don't know how long it takes this stuff to dissolve. I don't know if it's like as soon as it hits the water, it's just kind of instant and breaks up, or if it takes a little while. You know, I don't know. We're gonna find out. I'm gonna drop a couple more pieces right here in front of me just so we can kind of keep an eye on it through this trip here and see how long it takes. But yeah, and so that ought to do it right there. That ought to be plenty. Get that out, and then I'm gonna next open up a can of corn. We'll throw some of it out. All right, y'all, this is golden sweet corn, 50 cents a can from the Walmart. I'm just gonna take it by the handfuls and sling it out there best I can. When I cast my lines out, I'm gonna have 2 rods baited with corn, just 3-4 kernels on a small hook, and I'm gonna throw these corn, pieces of corn that's on a hook right over here in my chummed area where we've thrown this range cubes and handfuls of corn. I'm gonna put out about 3/4 of this can of corn, and that ought to give them a nice buffet out there to be eating on them. They'll come across our baits and not think twice about it because they'll have already been eating this corn. Okay, here's the bait. That's 4 kernels of corn on a small hook. It's either a number 2 or number 4. I have no idea, but it's small enough that these carp can get it in their mouths. Even big carp have small mouths. That's on a 15-pound 4-carbon leader. Got a small swivel, little 1/4 ounce worm weight, 20-pound braid main line. And these rods here, these are my bass fishing rods, Abu Garcia Veritas, 6.5 foot medium heavy, Lew's speed spin, size 30 reel. And I'm gonna just make a short cast. Well, if I don't knock it, I got trees here to work around, y'all. Let's try that again. It's a good thing I just need to make a short cast because that's about as far out there as I'm gonna get it. So we got that out. I'm gonna set this one here in the back rod holder. Now we're gonna get our other one ready and get it out. All right, I got that rod sitting up there in that rod holder. And I had brought my ultralight rod with me and one of my catfish rods. I'd kind of had the mindset coming out here. Obviously I was going to do some carp fishing, but if I was set up in an area where I could also maybe catch a bluegill with the ultralight rod, I was going to throw it out on the catfish rod, see if we could get a catfish in this area too. But you can see here kind of where I'm set up, bank access right now with our water level being up at Summer Pool here and everything kind of being overgrown. This particular area is just not going to allow me to do that. So we're just going to go with the 2 carp rods and put in, I don't know, till about, I'm going to fish till about 4 o'clock. I got to get out of here at 4 so I can go home and switch kayaks and go to the tournament. But yeah, let's hope we get some carp, y'all. I hope you can see that. I've got a carp right beside my kayak. And I can't get them to eat my hooks out there. There's one right freaking there. Unreal. There's another carp right there in front of me. Unreal. That one's up near the surface too. You know what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put on a hook under a float. Let's see if I can get them that way. Right here, right here. Oh man, we finally hooked up here, y'all. Is he still on there? Oh yeah, but he's coming right at me. Look at him. Oh, he's burning right. Oh man, he went through every line. Dang, man. He shot off like a rocket and has went through both my lines. Of all directions to go, that was the wrong way. That's my fault. I shouldn't have had them that close, but I'm just in these tight quarters here. I believe this one here is a mirror carp. It's pretty cool. Boy, he's made a mess. Made an absolute mess right here. These lines, that's okay. I'd rather have a tangled mess and have a fish than have my line sitting there and nothing going on. Let me see if I can get him over here. Yeah, one of them old mirror carp. They're pretty cool looking. I don't know how common these are, you know, compared to a regular common carp. But I'll tell you what I'm gonna do, because I'm gonna drop him, I think. Careful, he's gonna pop the hook. I got me a net here today. That makes dealing with these carp a lot easier. All right, guys, well, there he is in the light, best I can anyway, through these trees. But pretty cool fish, man. He went the wrong direction on my line, so. But shot off like a rocket. Well, let's let him go. Get out of here, buddy. And he gone. And I'm gonna sort these lines out and we'll see if we can get us another one, because that was a lot of fun. But I do have me a mess with these deck-on lines. Again, here we go again. I just rebaited this hole a little while ago, y'all. He went under my line too. Here comes a ski boater coming at us. Oh my gosh, this fish has went through that tree. Come out, there you go. Went through my line in that tree. I'm focusing on ski boater over here. Well, we got us a fish, by gosh. All right, guys, we got another carp here, common carp. Dang good time. Went through my line over there, went around the tree. I was focusing on the ski boater. We got it. Nice, let's let it go. Get out of here, buddy. All right. Well, y'all, I'm probably gonna have to edit a little bit of that out because I was cussing that ski boater. They come in here to this creek and, you know, they got the right to do whatever the heck they want, but they see me over here on the bank. Do they slow down? No, they just going just fast enough to put off a big wake. And I'm standing here and kind of, you can see almost up to my boots as it is because I'm trying to keep my kayak steady so these lines ain't moving. I got to get me a shallow water anchor system for this kayak to do this carp fishing with. But nevertheless, I'm standing here fighting a carp and can't hop back in the kayak obviously because I'm fighting a fish, and so them waves just come crashing over my boots. So I'm sopping wet inside my boots. All because that damn ski boater wouldn't have just a little bit of courtesy and either slow down a little bit more or see somebody over here and turn around and get the hell out. But you know, what can you do? They can do whatever the hell they want. They got the right to be out here too. I know. Save your comments. I'm pissed off about it. By gosh, right there. Just ordered me 2 anchor stick mounts from Navarre Kayak Fishing. What just happened to me here, getting swamped in my boots, by God, it'll never happen again. About to get bit again. There he is, look at that. Oh, no. Did he break me off? Ah, he popped off. Dang. Yeah, that in there got her corn and took off. We got the takedown anyway, though. That was fun. There we go again. There it goes again. Oh my gosh, that one popped off too. I gotta loosen my drag. Oh, that one broke me off the leader there. I gotta loosen my drag a little bit. I guess I over tightened it. Dang, man. That's 2 now. Go again. Let's hope this one stays hooked. I'll throw me out some more of them range cubes and some more corn a few minutes ago after I got the new leader tied on. This one's going over here by this dang tree too. It's like they know where to go to inconvenience me. This one, let's see if we can do a little switcheroo here on this. There we go. There we go. I don't know why this one rod keeps getting hit when I just changed up my leader on this one. I reeled this one in, make sure it still had corn on it, and it did. So I cast it back out in the same general area. It's gonna be another small one here, but man, these fish like this, even this size, they fight like a dickens on this lighter tackle. And I got these rods here for bass fishing, but I promise you these carp I'm catching will give a better fight than any bass I'll ever catch on them. It's fun. I'm in a lousy area to set up right here. At least with my current situation, I gotta get me, I ordered them shallow water anchor mounts. Those attach on the gear tracks of the kayak, and I can put a stakeout pole down on each side, and that'll help keep me stationary, and I can get on out in the water here a little ways and not be in situations like I am today. Because when we get into this time of year and our water level's up at Summer Pool, all of our shoreline here, it's either overgrown or you're in somebody's yard. And so it's hard to find places to bank fish or do like I'm wanting to do today and just kind of, you know, pull my kayak up in the shallows. I mean, this water right here, you know, it's deep enough that my kayak's floating. I can't keep it stationary. And I don't want these baits moving around for these carp. I don't want them spooked, you know. All right, well, we got this one, by gosh. Good thing I had the net here. Brought the net today, because when I went to net him, look what he did. He popped that hook. But by gosh, we got him. That right there is a, I don't know, 7-8 pound carp right there. These fish, they're all of them are bigger than what I would like for catfish bait. Every one you catch out here, but you can't hardly see that because I'm in the shade. It just ain't been a good day for me filming. You know what? It's just been one of them days. We've had some malfunctions out here, but by gosh, well, I about lost him. About lost him again. But I was trying to say, you know what? Every day on the water's a good day, even when you have some mishaps like I've had today. So get out of here, carp. All right, that in there's gone, and I'm gonna rebait and do it again, and we might get a fish on this rod back here. I'll just reel the damn thing in, because all of our action is on this one rod. It's like that, you know, when I'm catfishing too, you know, sometimes I'll have 4 lines out and they're all just a couple feet apart from each other, and one rod will just get hit over and over and over again. I don't know why that is. Let's get us some more corn here. Again, you can see how much of these range cubes I've used. Those things, the ones I had tossed out here, you know, where I could see, they dissolved pretty quickly. I would say probably, you know, within 30 minutes, they were, you could still see them there, but they weren't in solid form anymore. It was like a, you know, they turned to mush basically. So I would say when you toss them out there in front of you and them carp start rooting around, that they're probably, you know, dispersing very quickly. But, you know, at $12.99 for a 50-pound bag, you can bring a bucket full of that stuff and just keep chumming, you know, every half hour to an hour, and keep them in an area and keep them active. So my biggest malfunction out here today, what I think's hurt me the most catching fish and staying hooked up, is just my situation here on the bank. Well, even right now, you know, just trying to toss a short cast out here. I got all this right here behind me. But look right there, I done got it hooking in a tree. All right, well, we back out there again. Now I'm gonna fix this other line over here. It's fun though, y'all, man, it's fun. I'm enjoying this carp fishing, getting some views on it there on the YouTube, so, you know, seems to be worthwhile to other people too. I always say the numbers don't lie, so if you're getting views and thumbs ups and shares and all that on there, it means that regardless of what the comments say, you're doing something right. And so I'm gonna keep doing it until the people quit watching, and then I'll just keep doing it and not film. All right, got that in back out there. Goes this rod again, same one was getting hit. He hit it, but he didn't take off with it. I wonder if he still got it. I think he does. I'm gonna set the hook on him. Yeah, buddy, I got him. I'll set the hook on that. And this same rod again, y'all. Amazing. Look at all them dust plumes out there. I don't know if you can see it on camera, but there's a ton more. There was a lot of carp in that area. Well, it's coming up out of the water on me. This fish has got me in that other line, tangled mess. I need one fish, y'all, to cooperate. Things go right. It ain't gonna happen today. I hope the bass tournament tonight ain't as disorganized and as big a cluster for me as what this carp fishing today has been. If the bass fishing tournament tonight goes like the carp fishing today, y'all ain't gonna see that video. That's for dang sure. Okay, we got him in the net here. Look where he swam through that other line. Look at that, man, that's a dang mess. I'm about to go down to one rod here, y'all. That's what I'm about to do for this area. All right, got the hook out. Now let's see if we can get hold of this devil here. These things stay on there even though you get them in and land them. They still want to just fight you, but there's that one too, man. These are hard fighting fish. I keep saying it, they're a lot of fun. This size here is probably another, 5, 7, 8 pounds in that range. Very common size out here. All right, carp. They gone. Well, y'all, look right here. I'm gonna cut this crap and start over. What a mess, man. One of them days, y'all, one of them days. My gosh, you know what, I'm gonna try to get a video out of this trip anyway. You watch and say, well, if you're watching this, it didn't happen, but I was gonna say I'll get home and I'll have some corrupted video file or something and won't even, when the universe is against you, by gosh, it's good, very possible I could get home and have a corrupted file. But if you're seeing this, I guess it didn't happen. It'd be the one break I've caught out here. Y'all, I think the first break I've caught out here today is that tangled mess that fish left. I got it all undone here. Didn't have to lose any of my line on this other rod, so maybe my luck is turning around. The big question now is, do I put some more hook or put some more corn on this hook and cast this second rod back out? I think I'm not gonna press my luck. Not gonna do it this time. I'm only gonna fish maybe another hour out here. I think it's about 3 o'clock now. Let's see. Yeah, it's 3:19. What's that? Oh, we got a coupon there for Valvoline on my email, looks like. Yeah, so at this point, I'm gonna fish till about 4 o'clock, and then I gotta get out of here and go switch kayaks out, get my pedal kayak and get my bass gear loaded up and see if I can do a little better in the bass tournament than what I've done out here today. But hopefully we're gonna get 1 or 2 more carp here maybe before I go. But I'm just gonna leave that one rod right there out, because every single fish I have hooked has just been something's going wrong for me. So I ain't taking no more chances for no longer, and I'm gonna be out here. But nevertheless, you gotta try to stay positive about it. It's a beautiful day out here. We're into May now. It's warm, but it's comfortable, and things could be much worse for me than a little bit of water down in my boots and some missed fish. So it's all about perspective, and I'm gonna keep a positive outlook on this day no matter what. And just like that, I'm getting hit. I think he's got it. Yeah, he's got it. He's going that way. Man, they all want to run that way for some reason. I don't know what's over there. Well, I'm going to tighten him down a little bit. May have loosened my drag too much after that last one. Every one of these things, they want to go that way. You'd think they'd want to run out to deeper water, not shallower. These carp must be dumb. Or else they know what boy, he's pulling, man. Or they know where to go over here and get you in stuff that's going to break you off. They might be smarter than I'm giving them credit for. This one made a hard run. I love that. Yeah, here I was thinking I'll try to get 1 or 2 more before I leave, and just like that, we got one of them hooked up. This one here, yeah, they all look smaller when they far away, and I get them over here closer, they seem to get bigger the closer they get to me. Yeah, but he's still, I'm gonna let him play out a little bit here because he's wound up. He's wound tighter than a Georgia pine, as the old saying goes. Bring him over here. We'll get the net. This net's the most valuable tool. This is the MVP with carp fishing. Trying to land these things with their mouths are tough. There we go. There we go. That's another. Again, when I'm seeing him out there, I'm like, that ain't a very big fish. And I get him in here, and this is probably comparable to the biggest one I've got out here today. Right there in the corner of that mouth. If he'll be still just a second, he probably won't. We'll get that thing out. Well, there that one is. See if I can get him in the light just enough there. I gotta do the full arm length to hopefully get them all in the frame, but nice, man. They're a fun time. Give them a shot there, y'all. If you ain't never done this style of fishing, you know, it's one of them things here in America. These fish, they're trash fish for us American fishermen, but they're everywhere. And they're a hard fighting fish. And you know, again, when I came out here today, I just circled around these little pockets here in this creek, trying to visually see them and try to find a concentration. You know, some people, these carp fishermen, it seems like that a lot of them will go out and bait holes for days in advance to try to bring carp in and then go fish the area. To me, I ain't got time for that. I'm gonna go look for the carp, see where they're at, and then I'll bait the area right there where they're at and get them stirred up and feeding. That's my philosophy on it, and it's working out here. I've got several here today just doing that philosophy. So anyway, enough of me jabbing. I ain't got any bait out there right now. Let's fix that problem. All right, guys, it's time for me to get out of here. I got to get home and get ready for the bass tournament, the other trash fish of East Tennessee. But today's trip out here, you know, if I ever put together some kind of blooper video, this whole trip's probably going to make the cut. But at the end of the day here, I accomplished my goal, which is the same goal I have every trip I go out, which is just catch fish. And I got the target species and the time I had allowed to do this today. So I'm walking out of here a winner, even if I'm walking out of here in soggy boots. So I'm gonna reel this line in, pack up, and head toward the car. I'll see y'all next time. Thanks for watching.